let's play the percentage game. This is something I love to grill our boy Frank on, really put him to the test with his prediction skills. But there's a handful of early season statistical trends that I'm finding interesting, and I'm curious how they can play out over the course of a season. And the first one is Cale Makar. He is off to a flying start, even if the Colorado Avalanche are struggling a little bit. 12 points in 6 games for Makar. There has only been one defenseman in the last 25 years of NHL hockey to hit 100 points. It was Erik Karlsson a couple of seasons ago. Percent chance Cale Makar can accomplish that feat and hit the triple-digit mark.
I'm going to say 60%. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. I mean, listen, I've known Cale for a few years now, and I know he's not happy with his defensive game right now, but everything obviously that he's doing offensively, chipping in the way he has. I mean, half of his points are on the power play, and Colorado's power play is tied for second in the league right now. And I don't see them slowing down at all at that clip. When you look at Makar, Rantanen, McKinnon, Ross Colton, I believe, has 5 or 6 goals already on the year. Yeah, he's been hot so far to start. I don't see that production slowing down for Cale. Maybe averaging 2 points per game is going to be tough to sustain, but this guy had 90 points last year. And his team needs him to produce even more offensively this year if they're going to allow, 4, 5, 6 goals a game. So I give Cale the 60% chance of getting 100 points, just because obviously it's such a hard feat for a defenseman. But if there's one guy that can do it, it's him.
Yeah, and when
what do you say?
Yeah, I think I'll go a hair lower just because it's so hard to do. Like I'll say 55%. I'm generally in the same ballpark as you. Like the 5 best statistical seasons by a defenseman this century since the calendar flip to 2000. Makar has 2 of them. He had 90 points in 77 games last season, and a couple of years ago he had 86 points in 77 games. So hey, if he plays all 82, it's more than possible, and I think it's more than likely. But again, one D-man's done it in the last 25 years. It is really, really hard to accomplish. Your pal Joe's optimistic. He says 90%. Got another comment that says 75 as well. So people are bullish on it, but again, it's still very early in the season.
Well, they're not fully healthy yet either, right? Yep. So if they get Landeskog back, Nichushkin back, Lehkonen back, they're missing a couple key contributors offensively that can come back and really help. So if they do get fully healthy, that's only going to uplift Cale's chances.
Yeah. From a Cale to a Cole Caufield is off to a tremendous start this season. And, Frank had the take that he thinks he's a lock to score 40 this year. I think that's a pretty good bet, especially when you consider his over-under on Bet365 was down in the low 30s, which is crazy. 6 goals in 6 games for Cole Caufield. The Habs winger has a blank percent chance of scoring 50.
50 is tough. 40, I gave him I would give him a 95% chance at 40. But 50, I think you got to lean more toward that. I'm giving him more than Cale, so I'd probably say like 70%. And again, that's because 50 goals is, it's tough, and he's never scored 40. Although I've seen that happen in New York. Chris Kreider had never even scored like more than 32 and then went off for 50. So it can happen, and obviously he's off to a great start, scoring a goal per game right now. And I think Cole's shooting the puck more. He looks like he's more aggressive. He looks like he's finding new angles and new areas to put the puck in the back of the net. And then you look at his line mates, Nick Suzuki and Juraj Slafkovsky, like those guys are producing as well. Maybe not as much in the goal scoring department. I know Suzuki hasn't scored yet and Slafkovsky only has 1 goal, but they're finding Cole in the areas that he needs to be in order to put the puck in. So I'm hoping he doesn't have any tonight against the Rangers, but I'd love to see Cole Caufield get 50 this year. What do you think?
I think I'll go 50-50. I'll agree with Joe in the chat. It's just, for me, like for the Makar thing, even if he slumps for a little bit, you can pick up a second assist here or there. He's going to get his power play time. A slump for a goal scorer can be a lot more profound. Like you can have 5-6 games where you just don't find the back of the net. So granted, he's put himself in a tremendous spot. He's already 12-13% of the way to 15 goals, and we're not even 10% of the way through the season yet. So the pace is tremendous. I just think if a slump hits, he could go 6 to 8 games without a goal, and it could totally tank that pace he's on. What's up, hockey fans? If you enjoyed that video, then you need to be hitting the subscribe button right here at Daily Faceoff. Exclusive interviews and analysis from our hockey insider Frank Saravalli, fantasy updates from Brock Sagan, and a daily live show at noon Eastern, Monday through Friday. You don't want to miss any of the fantastic content, so hit that subscribe button.